I'm so far here at LSU, I have discovered both new things about myself and a new version of myself. A version of myself of which I can say I'm relatively proud of. I, along with others, feel that I should have become this person a long time ago. I find myself caring less about what people have to say about me and focus more on how I view myself. Instead of my decisions being based on how others feel, I now make my decisions for me, regardless of any outside opinions. That may be the reason why I'm only down to two friends, but I'd much rather have two real friends than 100 fake ones. Within the last 10 months, there have been people coming in and out of my life constantly. Of course, in the moment, it's sad and it hurts, but as time passes, I realize how much of a blessing in disguise this is. I've had more time to think and reflect on the past and recognize what it is that I personally could have done better. There was a point where I was involved with someone and I truly cared for them. And they treated me amazing in the beginning and made me feel so special. The only thing is, they kept me the biggest secret ever. And if anyone knew about us, it would be as if the world was coming to an end. I kept my end of the deal and said nothing for months. I did whatever I was told and did what I could to keep them happy. Some people would say that I overplayed my part. And looking back on it now, I realize that that's really an understatement to describe what I did for them. I went all out for their birthday. I bought them things for them out of love. And still, some way, somehow, it wasn't enough for them. On the night of their birthday, we were talking and they were really angry for whatever reason. They said that I was spiteful and selfish and all these other horrible things. I'd ask them all the time, what did I do to deserve this? And they never gave me an answer. Then they would change it to saying that you know what you did, when I genuinely had no idea. It wasn't until a few weeks later that I found out what it was. Someone found out about us, and to this day I still don't know who or how they found out. I spent weeks that turned into months trying to prove to them that I had nothing to do with it. I let them go through my phone, read text messages, everything, but it still wasn't enough. I drove myself crazy trying to figure out what I could possibly do to make them believe me. And the crazy thing is, they weren't worried about me anymore. They had moved on to someone else who is the complete opposite of me and gives them everything that I've ever wanted, when it was seemed as if I was asking too much when I wanted it. But I dwelled on this for so long and allowed it to play with my emotions and mental stability. This caused so much stress on my life that it caused an irregularity in my heartbeat. It is because of this that I had to wear a heart monitor for 2 weeks. And the most hurtful part of all of this is that the person is fully aware of all of this and doesn't care at all that they contributed to one of the most traumatic parts of my life. After I allowed this to sink in, I realized that if I would have just accepted things for what they were, none of this would have happened. I should have just allowed them to walk away instead of borderline begging them to stay. Putting someone else before me has not only my happiness but my health in jeopardy. And this is a mistake that I have learned to never make again. Although people are only in our lives for a season, there are those that we come across that we hope stay in our lives for good. And we may be blinded to some things because of how infatuated we are with them. While, yes, it is hurtful when things go wrong and they leave you, but we as people have to understand that there is only so much that we can do on our part. Not everything is going to go our way. This is both the biggest lesson to learn and the biggest pill to swallow. Unfortunately, it's just reality. And as hard as we try, we just can't change some things. You can only give so much until there's nothing left to give. And you must continue putting yourself and your happiness first, no matter how many friends or relationships it may cost you. Attempting to change a situation into exactly what we want it to be can hurt us in so many more ways than we know. And we have to acknowledge that no matter how hard we try, not everything is going to go our way. And no matter how good our intentions may be, sometimes there just isn't anything that we can do about it.